Building credit is a complicated and confusing process, and as a young adult, it might seem a little bit overwhelming.
Exactly, but if you stick around to the end of this video, you'll not only understand the process of building credit, but also a few tips and tricks on how you can get started now.
Let's harness the power of credit! Ugh! Hey guys, it's Austin and Danielle here, and just a way to break down this topic for you is we want to take the word credit and replace it with responsibility.
Yeah. Through the practice of responsible purchases, you grow that relationship that you have with creditors.
And the term creditor is essentially the same as saying bank or business. Capital One and Wells Fargo would both be considered creditors because they give loans.
So with that said, how do you even start building a relationship with a creditor? Well, we've got a few tricks for you. They're not tricks.
Let me think. So guys, a great beginning trick is to see about becoming an actual authorized user on your parents' already created credit accounts.
Exactly. So for instance, say that your parents already have a good relationship with Capital One, and adding you as an authorized user is a way of pretty much having Capital One take their word for it that you were raised to make responsible purchases as well.
Yeah, they're putting their neck on the line for you. Having your parents add you to their previous accounts, it's a super good way to get a quick jump on building credit. The only flip side is, like we said, your parents' credit can be affected if you make some bad decisions.
An alternative option for this, if you don't have the possibility of being added onto your parents' account, is you could get something called a secure credit card.
So this card will be exactly the same as a regular credit card. It'll look the same. No one will be able to tell the difference if you're worried about it. But all you have to do, how it works, is you'll send in a non-refundable payment. And sometimes companies will match it or double it. When I originally started out with Secure Card, I started out with $250. I mailed that into Capital One, and they gave me a $500 credit line to use.
And then after you've had your secure credit card for about a year or so, then you could possibly be offered a higher credit card amount or a completely separate credit card that they have, possibly with more rewards or bonuses, or you can always ask for a credit line increase.
Mm-hmm. So guys, two more tips on top of that tip is that you never really want to buy anything with a credit card that you can't already pay for in cash. And then the second thing is that you never really want to go over 10% of your total amount on your credit line, because then you'll actually start to go the other way. You'll start to decrease your credit score.
Yeah, so with the really high amount of interest that is charged to credit cards, really the only way that you're going to win and be able to fully take advantage of all the rewards that credit cards can offer is by paying it off completely every single month.
Okay, so guys, there is this concept that you probably heard about in the realm of finance and building credit, that you have to have revolving credit. And basically that's like trying to carry a balance month to month on what you owe. And we just want to come out and say that I don't endorse that, we don't endorse that, don't do that on a credit card. There's other forms of credit accounts that you can access and use that.
For instance, a good way to get that revolving credit is to get your first vehicle in your name. And if you don't already have a large credit score acquired, obviously, then one thing that you can do is get a co-signature from your parents on the vehicle.
Yeah, and once again, that's basically just like the authorized user. The co-signature is they're basically saying I vouch for this person, and they're basing it off of their credit.
Exactly. So if you default on your loan altogether, or even if you're just late for a payment, it will affect your co-signer's credit score. So keep that in mind.
So it's very important. And why we started out the video with the word responsibility, especially when you're starting out, it's like, if you're going to wreck your own credit, that's one thing. I don't advise it, obviously, but your parents are putting their name out there for you, so.
And so pretty much the biggest concept to understand about building credit is that it takes time. And this is probably the worst part, is just having to wait and build it. So go and get started with your secured card or your authorized user or your cosign for your first vehicle.
The sooner you get started on that relationship with the creditor, the sooner you're going to get your mailbox blown up by everybody. They're going to be sending you stuff left and right, like straight into your mailbox, and you're going to be like, I didn't even know that you knew who I was. How do you have my address?
All right, of course, as always, be sure to leave us a comment below. Let us know what you think about the video, and if you have any questions or anything like that, we're happy to help out.
That's what we're here for, guys. And of course, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more life-enriching videos. Things to help you guys. And if you have any topics, like we said, leave that below.
Until next time,
on Breaking Berries with the Barkers.
But the good news is, if you stick around to the end of this video, you'll... Hi, little friend. But the good news is, if you stick around to this end of the... However, the good news is that if you stick around to the end of this video, you'll understand not only what the process is, you can start to build that relationship and responsibility with creditors. That doesn't make sense.
So the first step that we offer for you guys, offering it up. So the first thing that we have to offer you is to go and make... Okay, we're talking about tips and tricks. Quit sipping that tea. Anything done? Any kind of video on finance, credit, travel, whatever, just let us know. Leave it in the comments below.
Just say until next time.
Until next time on
Breaking
Berries with the Barkers. Sorry. Is that your line?
No, we were supposed to say it together, but you were like, on Breaking Berries. And I was like, what? That's not how we say it.